People, Deluded, I'm back again. 3-point collectors, Arsenal 4, Newcastle United 1. As you can see in every potential statistic available, complete domination, a fantastic team performance. Obviously, we would have loved their clean sheet. One for you tilt merchants. Again, it reflects that Arsenal were several levels above Newcastle. Big up Declan Rice and Jorginho.
Unlike against Porto, I think we played fluid football, and it's no coincidence. You have Havertz in the false nine where he can drop deep. Obviously, you've got Jorginho conducting. You've got Rice on the left-hand side. Now, for me personally, against Porto, it was like square pegs in round holes. I think Havertz is best when we just focus on his off-the-ball movement and those kind of things versus, you know, his build-up play. And you saw Rice peel out to the left-hand side and link up well with Kirill and Martinelli. We look very threatening off the left-hand side. Kai Havertz was dropping, allowing Odegaard to stay further up the pitch. You know, Jorginho was almost the pin in the midfield in that he was holding everything together. Jorginho allowed Rice to be a bit more freer, allowed Odegaard to stay further up the pitch, allowed Saka to not have to drop deep to want to receive possession. And all in all, I think our build-up play was very fluid. Obviously, when you throw in Raya's distribution in terms of short and long range and our progressive play, you know, we have more of a cohesive unit with Rice and Jorginho at the base and Odegaard in the 10 versus when Havertz is in the left 8. And you saw the link-up play in the scope of Jorginho. You would have seen also Jorginho's passing range lead to Martinelli being found off the ball and Havertz scoring. But I also liked our pressing and our intensity. Newcastle had no answers for it. When Declan Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka and the whole team were pressing, it was like hot potato. Newcastle didn't know what hit them. They were very nervous. And then you would have seen they were going long several times and, you know, Kirill and Ben White, you know, the wingers got past them a couple of times, but they won the war. Typically, Benjamin White shut out his winger. Kirill did the same. Gabriel and Saliba dealt with the threat of Isaac. Bruno Gomares, if he's not elbowing people, just kept losing the ball. Trippier was in the Lions' den. And our pressing, our intensity really hit Newcastle, in my opinion. They were very scared. You saw Declan Rice in particular a number of times just win the ball high up the field. And I was really impressed by this, if I'm completely honest with you. We gambled responsibly in that. And the majority of the first half, at least, was spent in Newcastle's half. Obviously, in the second half, initially, they came out a bit more with a bit more intensity. But the majority of the game was them playing out from the back, getting caught, going long and having no answers for it.
Further carrying on our points about midfield, when you look at how Kai Havertz, Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice in particular, along with Jorginho, had complete synergy, especially in the attacking and middle third. Few examples sum it up. Now, this might not look like anything to you lot, but if you remember, Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, and Kai Havertz all had a key role in what led to Bukayo Saka's goal. Take nothing away from Bukayo Saka. Big up Kai Havertz for getting a goal and assist technically. As I said, take nothing away from the star boy. He still had a lot to do, and he did that. But I think when our midfield makes quick decisions and transitions and quickly counter-attacks, as fast as we did, and Mikel Arteta deploys a game plan like this, very few things can stop us. Look at Declan Rice. In the first example, he was the deepest, now he's the further forward. Odegaard sponsored it. Kai Havertz found Saka. Saka does star boy things. This is why he's doing what he's doing and drawing praise from everyone, really and truly. Now, obviously, you can see in real time what happened here. To aid the example, Bukayo Saka had a lot to do, sent Livramento for a bagel. Bukayo Saka scored a goal. And he's got 29 goal and assist contributions in all comps so far this season, 3 up on last season. It's scary what Bukayo Saka is developing into. Not scary for us, scary for oppositions. He has scored more Premier League goals in 2024 than any other player. Goal number 7 for our number 7. He has 16 goals across all comps at this point this season. That's the most he's ever scored in a single season. A real star boy, man. I mean, what praise can you give to Bukayo Saka? He's become the first Englishman since Ian Wright did so in 1994 to score in 5 straight Premier League games. Shout out to clinical Kai Havertz. We know he's not clinical, but he's lit. I don't know how he didn't get a brace. I think he should shoot with his right foot. His last 2 finishes have come with such. What a ball that was from Jorginho. What a great run that was from Martinelli. And Kai Havertz, obviously his movement and off the ball is very good. He had a great game. I think, you know, he probably has more consistency and more standout games when he plays you know, spearheads Arsenal's attack. 38 touches, 1 possession 7 times, had 7 touches in the up box, had 2 shots, won 4 out of his 5 aerial duels, you know, 2 shots, 2 interceptions, got 1 goal, 1 assist and 1 chance created, people. And he scored and assisted in a Premier League game for Arsenal for the first time. Looks like we got the best deal out of Mason Mount, Kovacic and Kai Havertz at this moment in time. And when he started up front against Liverpool, Newcastle and City in the league, he's done quite well. What a player he is. Jorginho, big up Uncle Jorginho. He's having a great season when he does play. And when the games are like chess matches, he does his thing. Shout out to Declan Rice as well. Again, Declan Rice is absolute mustard, mate. He made more key passes than the whole of Newcastle. And Bruno Gomes, absolutely pocketed, man. You know, there'll be no Twitter antics from him and the rest of the Newcastle ones. Bruno Gomes has to be one of the most disliked footballers. Fantastic footballer, but is a petulant child and wants to be a WWE wrestler. As the meme says there, I love this football club. I love results. I love 3 points. Big up the set piece coach as well, because without him, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing and capitalizing on fine margins. You know, it's going to go down as an own goal, the first one, but big up Gabriel, same way. It doesn't matter how it goes in. Shout out to Kirill because he had an encouraging display as well. And big up Declan Rice for assisting. Shout out to Kirill doing his thing, really. Obviously, I would have loved to have kept a clean sheet. We was poor for the goal conceded. We was very disjointed and we allowed Joe Willock to go unmarked. We had 18 shots, 8 on target. So to score from 50% of those, if my maths is right, from 4 shots is great. You know, 9 corners, exploited 2 of them, and everything else worked. We won the individual battles, really and truly, and we stifled Newcastle. Defensive stats, you know, you can see it in front of me, people. We faced the fewest shots. We faced the fewest shots on target, fewest shots conceded, and the most clean sheets currently in 2024. And at the other end of the football pitch, 25 goals means we've scored more than all the other sides. So imagine if we got more consistency in these regards and signed a striker. Something special is happening. We have scored 15 goals in our last 3 league games. The last time we did that was in December 1934. Big up you lot, but if you was around then bloody old, aren't you? Really? Arsenal scored more headed goals than any other team in the Premier League this season with full team. Sean Dyche isn't happy that we get praised for set pieces, but it is what it is. And the race for the Premier League title is hotting up, man. We've got 58 points and a goal difference of 39, and we're going against Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola. Easier said than done, but the title challenge talk continues for another week. And it's been a great start to the Premier League in 2024 for Arsenal. I think we could have got a clean sheet against Forest and Newcastle, but it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts.
I think